I hate you, and when my real mom gets out, she's going to take me away from you and Dad forever. Aiden screamed, hurling his iPhone, the one Aiden waited in line for 6 hours to get him, against the kitchen wall where it shattered into expensive fragments. The caseworker had warned me that adoption day might trigger unexpected emotions. But she hadn't mentioned that those emotions might include destroying everything within arm's reach while his biological mother sat in a federal prison 2,000 miles away. What she also hadn't mentioned was that Christine had already signed away her parental rights, yesterday, in fact, with a smile and a request for commissary money. My real mom is coming back, he continued, his 11-year-old voice cracking with rage. Pack your things. I stepped over the phone debris and wrapped my arms around him, feeling his thin shoulders shake with fury. He smelled like the cologne samples he'd stolen from Macy's last week, another acting out episode in what had become a symphony of rebellion. I love you, buddy. No matter what. Get off me. He shoved hard, but I'd learned to plant my feet during these storms. 3 years of practice had taught me that the pushing came right before the breaking. My phone buzzed on the counter. Marcy, our social worker, the adoption is finalized. You're his legal mother now. Certificate should arrive within 5 to 7 business days. Congratulations, Jenna. Legal mother. The words felt surreal as Aiden continued his tirade, listing all the ways I'd never measure up to the woman who'd chosen methamphetamines over motherhood. She's clean now, he shouted. She wrote me. She said she's getting out early for good behavior and we're going to live in California. By the beach. Just us. I kept my face neutral, though my heart shattered a little more with each word. The letter he'd referenced had arrived 2 weeks ago, forwarded through the prison mail system, full of promises as empty as the needle tracks that had lined Christine's arms the day Child Services removed Aiden from her motel room. Did she mention she signed the papers? I asked quietly. Aiden froze. What papers? The adoption papers. She signed them yesterday. You're lying. But his voice had lost its certainty, becoming small and young. She wouldn't. She said, she promised. Baby. Don't call me that. I'm not your baby. He backed away, stumbling over his backpack. Dad said you couldn't have kids. That's the only reason you wanted me. Because you're broken and desperate, Anne. Aiden Michael Thompson. My husband's voice cut through from the doorway, sharp with warning. Ryan stood there in his sheriff's uniform, having come home early for what was supposed to be our celebration dinner. Apologize. Now. She's lying about Mom. Aiden turned to his father, tears streaming. Tell her Mom's coming back. Ryan's face, that strong, weathered face that had seen too much in his 42 years, crumpled at the edges. He looked at me over Aiden's head, and I saw the same exhaustion I felt. 3 years of fighting for this boy. 3 years of therapy appointments, court dates, supervised visits that Christine missed more often than she made. 3 years of loving a child who'd been programmed to see love as temporary. Jenna's telling the truth, son. Your mom signed the papers. I have copies in my truck. The sound Aiden made wasn't quite a scream, wasn't quite a sob. It was something primal, the noise of a child's last hope shattering. He bolted for the stairs, and I heard his bedroom door slam with enough force to rattle the family photos lining the hallway, photos where he still refused to smile. Ryan crossed to me, his boots crunching on iPhone glass. You okay? Spectacular. Living the dream. I accepted his hug, breathing in the scent of his aftershave mixed with gun oil. He really thought she was coming back. I know. I'm sorry. I should have pushed harder for the truth earlier. No. I pulled back. He needed to believe she wanted him. Every kid needs to believe that. Even when it's a lie? Especially then. I started sweeping up the phone shards while Ryan grabbed a beer from the fridge. We'd been through this dance so many times it had become choreographed. Aiden explodes. We clean up, we regroup, we try again. Marcy called, I said. It's official. So we're celebrating with broken electronics and death threats. Sounds about right. He managed a tired smile. Remember when we thought the hard part would be getting approved? Young fools. I dumped glass into the trash. Full of hope and foster care training certificates. Hey. He caught my hand. We're doing the right thing. He needs us. He needs her. We're just placeholders. Jenna. I know. I squeezed his fingers. I just thought today would be different. Stupid, right? Like a piece of paper would suddenly make him see me as, a crash from upstairs cut me off. Then another. Ryan was already moving, taking the stairs 3 at a time with me close behind. Aiden's door was locked, but the sounds of destruction continued. Photo frames, by the sound of it. Maybe his gaming console. Aiden. Ryan pounded on the door. Open up. Now. Go away. I want my real mom. I touched Ryan's shoulder. Let me. He hesitated, then stepped aside. I sat on the floor, my back against Aiden's door. The same spot I'd occupied during countless meltdowns over the years. Hey, I said quietly. Remember when you were 8? Right after you came to live with us? You locked yourself in the bathroom for 6 hours. The crashing stopped. You said you were never coming out. That you'd live in the bathtub forever. Dad tried to pick the lock, but you'd stuffed it with toilet paper. I smiled at the memory despite everything. I sat outside that door and read you the entire first Harry Potter book. You pretended not to listen, but when I stopped at chapter 10, you yelled at me to keep going. Silence from the other side. I'm not going anywhere, Aiden. Not today, not tomorrow, not when you're 18 and don't legally need me anymore. You're stuck with me, kiddo. Forever and always, whether you like it or not. She gave me up. His voice was muffled, broken. She actually gave me up. Can I come in? The lock clicked. I opened the door to find Aiden sitting in a sea of destruction, broken frames, torn posters, scattered Xbox games. His face was red and swollen, snot running freely. He looked so young, so lost. I picked my way through the debris and sat beside him. Want to tell me about the letter? He pulled a crumpled envelope from under his pillow. Prison stationery, Christine's loopy handwriting. I'd seen dozens like it over the years, all promising the same things. I'm getting better. I'll see you soon. We'll be a family again. Read it, he said. I unfolded the paper carefully. My sweet baby boy. Good news. My lawyer says I might get early release. 6 months, maybe less. I've been clean for 180 days, that's a record for me, buddy. When I get out, we'll move to California like we always talked about. Remember the beach house I showed you in that magazine? We'll get one just like it. Just you and me, baby. The way it should have been. I love you more than all the stars. Mom. I refolded slowly. When did this arrive? 2 weeks ago. Right before you started acting weird about the adoption stuff. He looked at me with eyes so like his father's. You knew she was lying. I knew she was sick, Aiden. Addiction is a sickness. Dad says that's an excuse. Dad's angry. He watched her hurt you too many times. I chose my words carefully. Do you remember why you came to live with us? Because Mom got arrested. The standard line he'd been telling himself. Do you remember what happened before that? He was quiet for so long I thought he wouldn't answer. Then, I was hungry. The lights didn't work. These men kept coming to our room. You called 911. Do you remember that? The lady on the phone was nice. She stayed on until the police came. That was me. His head snapped up. What? I was the dispatcher that night. I talked to a scared little boy who was trying to take care of his mom because she couldn't take care of herself. I touched his face gently. You were so brave. Asking for help when she needed it, even though you were terrified. Then why do I feel so bad? Tears started fresh. Why do I miss her when she was so awful? Because love isn't logical, baby. We don't get to choose who we love or how much it hurts. Dad chose you. After his first wife chose pills over their marriage. Yeah, we're quite a pair. I pulled him against my side. You know what the difference is between Christine and your dad's ex? What? Your dad's ex never had a child depending on her. Never had a little boy who needed her to be strong. Christine did. And she couldn't do it, not because she didn't love you, but because the drugs were stronger than she was. That's not fair. No. It's not. We sat in the wreckage for a while, listening to Ryan moving around downstairs, probably ordering pizza since our celebration dinner was clearly off the table. Finally, Aiden spoke again. Did she really sign the papers? Yesterday. Dad has copies if you want to see them. Did she say anything? About me? This was the minefield moment. The truth would hurt, but lies would hurt more in the long run. She asked if you were happy. When the lawyer said yes, she signed. That's it? She also asked for pictures. Recent ones. I'm sending them tomorrow. He wiped his nose on his sleeve. Are you going to tell her I broke my phone? No. I'm going to tell her you're on the honor roll. That you made the travel soccer team. That you're teaching yourself guitar from YouTube videos at 2 a.m. when you think we're asleep. How do you? Mom powers. I kissed the top of his head. I'm going to tell her that you still sleep with the stuffed orca she gave you when you were 4. That you have her smile and her artistic talent and her stubborn streak. I don't want her to think I forgot her. Baby, you couldn't forget her if you tried. She's part of you. The good parts and the complicated parts. I squeezed him tighter. But she's not your only parent anymore. You've got Dad, who coaches your soccer team even though he'd rather be fishing. And you've got me. The dispatcher who saved us. The woman who fell in love with a brave little boy and his hero dad. The woman who's been trying to earn the title Mom for 3 years. He was quiet for a moment. Then, you know I called you Mom at school last week? My heart stopped. You did? By accident. Mrs. Peterson asked who was picking me up, and I said my mom. Then I spent the whole day freaking out about it. Why? Because it felt normal. Like betraying her but also not. He looked up at me. Is that weird? No, sweetheart. That's growth. I'm sorry I broke my phone. I'm sorry your birth mom is sick. I'm sorry I said you were broken and desperate. Well, I am a little desperate. Do you know how hard it is to get a preteen to acknowledge my existence in public? I got a small smile for that. And technically we're all a little broken. That's how the light gets in. Is that from a song? Poetry. But close enough. I stood, offering my hand. Come on. Let's go face Dad. He's probably stress eating all the garlic knots. Aiden took my hand, a miracle in itself, but didn't move. Jenna? Yeah? The adoption thing. It's really real? Like, forever real? Forever and ever real. You're stuck with us now. Legally binding and everything. And if Christine gets out? If she gets better? Then we'll figure it out together. Visits, maybe, if the court approves. But this is your home. We are your family. That doesn't change. Promise? Pinky promise. And you know those are unbreakable. We linked pinkies solemnly, then headed downstairs where Ryan was indeed demolishing the garlic knots. He looked up hopefully as we entered. We good? We're working on it, I said, nudging Aiden forward. Dad? I'm sorry. I'll pay for the phone. With what money? I'll do extra chores. Mow lawns. Whatever. Ryan studied his son, our son, for a long moment. You hurt Jenna. That's not okay. I know. I'm sorry. Aiden turned to me. I'm really sorry. Apology accepted. But maybe we need to talk about better ways to handle big feelings. Can we not make it a whole thing? Oh, it's definitely going to be a thing, Ryan said. But first, pizza. And then you're going to tell us what else you broke up there so we can add it to your tab, just some frames. And maybe my lamp. And possibly the Xbox. Possibly. It made a weird noise when it hit the wall. Ryan sighed deeply. Of course it did. Grab the vacuum. After dinner, we're cleaning up your disaster zone. As Aiden trudged off to get cleaning supplies, Ryan pulled me close. You okay? Really? Ask me tomorrow. After the adrenaline wears off. For what it's worth, I think you handled that perfectly. Yeah? Yeah. Although I could have done without the dispatcher who saved us reveal. I've been saving that for a dramatic moment. Sorry to steal your thunder, Sheriff. That's okay. You've earned it. Mom. The word hit different now. Official. Legal. Mine. From the closet, Aiden called out, Hey Jenna? I mean, what do I call you now? I looked at Ryan, who shrugged. Your call, his expression said. Whatever feels right to you, I answered. Jenna's fine. Or. He appeared with the vacuum, testing the word. Is that weird? Only if it feels weird to you. Maybe sometimes Jenna and sometimes Mom? That works. Cool. He headed back upstairs, then paused. Oh, and Mom? Dad? The Xbox definitely isn't possibly broken. It's like, for sure broken. Super broken. Maybe we could call it an adoption day casualty? Nice try, Ryan called after him. That's coming out of your college fund. Worth a shot. As his footsteps faded, I leaned into Ryan's warmth. We're really doing this. We're really parents. Have been for 3 years. Now we just have paperwork to prove it. Think he'll ever fully trust us? I think he already does. He just doesn't know it yet. He kissed my forehead. Happy Adoption Day, Mom. Happy Adoption Day, Dad. From upstairs, this vacuum smells like sadness and regret. That's the smell of consequences. I called back. Child abuse? I'm calling CPS. I have their number on speed dial. I turned to Ryan. Too dark? Nah. He's laughing. And he was. For the first time all day, our son was laughing. It wasn't the celebration we'd planned. There was no cake, no balloons, no happy family photos for social media. Just pizza grease, broken electronics, and the slow, messy work of becoming a family. But as I watched Ryan head upstairs to help with the cleanup, and heard Aiden explaining exactly how the Xbox met its demise, it was like slow motion. Dad, I swear I could hear it screaming. I realized this was perfect in its own broken way. Because real families aren't built on legal documents or DNA or carefully staged moments. They're built on showing up, again and again, through the rage and the fear and the flying electronics. They're built on sitting outside locked doors, reading Harry Potter to angry children. They're built on choosing each other, even when, especially when, it's hard. Mom? My phone buzzed. A text from Marcy, how's it going? Celebration in full swing? I surveyed the garlic knot massacre, thought about the phone shards in our kitchen trash, listened to the vacuum running upstairs mixed with Ryan's laughter and Aiden's protests about unfair labor practices. Yeah, I texted back. It's perfect. And for the first time in 3 years, I actually meant it.